If your girl's skull gets crushed by a car, right? Listen to me. And you do not lay an immortal curse on her, turning her into essentially a demon, then you don't love her enough.
I don't think you do.
Hey guys, this is Between Nerds Podcast. My name is Drew Philip Elias. This is my co-host, Mr. Aldo Mendez.
How's it going, guys? It is Friday. You may have noticed that there's no episode, but, you know, your boiler tries to kill you and stuff during the week, and then you work as well. So
y'all are probably... Today's October 7th. Y'all are probably listening to this
next
Wednesday after, which is November 12th. We should... What Aldo's talking about is the last episode was probably like 6 days late already.
Yeah.
So
6 days.
4 days. What? Oh, we usually put out on Wednesday.
Yeah, 2 days.
Well, we put out every day, but we put the podcast out on Wednesdays.
Yeah. You can ask our girlfriend.
Getting into the meat and potatoes of this episode, we do have to go over some housekeeping notes. Again, we're in October right now. So if you guys want to enter a monthly giveaway, you can hit us up you can enter our monthly giveaway by being a subscriber with your subscriptions made public on YouTube. And if you leave a comment on a video during the month of October, then you'll be entered into our giveaway. Or if you leave a written review on any podcast site, and you email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com, letting us know that written review was you. You will also be entered into our monthly giveaway.
Yeah, we did get a comment on YouTube on our Hunter x Hunter episode.
We did got it
by Mr. Rex Jorge Rodriguez. We'll be talking about that in the Nerd Down. So
it's where the nerds get down.
Where the nerds get down. And also follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Email us betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com.
Watch all of our YouTube shorts like 7 times.
Yeah, I sent you a short the other day, remember?
Oh yeah, I frequently go through YouTube shorts. I must spend hours, days even, on YouTube
6
shorts.
hours my screen time says I'm on YouTube shorts.
I think I must have watched YouTube shorts for 36 hours straight. It's my...
You sleep and shorts.
Exactly. It's my favorite form of media.
Yeah, YouTube. And we are getting some hours on YouTube, which is really cool.
Because of the shorts.
Yeah, but like when we notice that people are like commenting on us from a like older video, I feel like they're barely on that video because our videos are pretty lengthy.
Yeah, man.
You know? We said it was a discussion.
Since we discovered like the art of making clips, this content creation scheme is just a YouTube Shorts revenue stream. That's all this is. This discussion is just to make YouTube Shorts.
To make YouTube Shorts and for you to watch them.
And for you to watch them.
For you to watch them.
Exactly. If you're not gonna be listening to the main episodes, if you're not gonna sit down and listen to two nerds sit around for 2 hours and talk about some random anime, then you have to watch that short for 2 hours.
Which reminds me, we're almost at the end of the season. Episode 20 is gonna be our last episode of this season. We're gonna do, our recap episode. I think it's something that a lot of you like because you guys don't want to sit 3 hours talking about just one anime when we can sit about 3 hours about the entirety anime that we watched. Yeah,
if nobody's gotten to this part of a season with us before, essentially we have 30 episode seasons, 30 episode blocks that we give ourselves some breathing room at the end of that, and we do like an extra bonus like recap half episode. We usually number them, so the next one would be 120.5, which would come out after episode 120, where me and Aldo would sit around and talk about episodes 91 through 120. What we like, what we didn't like, what stuck out. Like, this might not be our best season ever, but I think it was pretty solid. Like, I feel like we're just getting like just good at like planning out weeks, planning out episodes, doing episodes.
Well, I feel like what the fun part about this season is that we either got really good anime or like really bad anime.
But it's almost like funny when we got like a really bad anime.
Yeah, because we didn't get a lot of mids. Like a lot of super mids we didn't get. We got low mids. What was the...
We got one mid. We got the last week. We got 86.
Oh, 86.
One
mid.
I
guess super mid. I don't even know what it's about.
One mid, maybe like 5 bads.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty solid.
Pretty solid. But we didn't mess up. We were gonna do an Odd Taxi episode today.
Yeah.
But we didn't. They gave Odd Taxi the Brotherhood treatment, apparently. Yeah. Which I'm curious to watch it and see how it's better digested.
Right. So what Aldo's talking about is we've already done an episode on Odd Taxi before. It was probably one of our favorite anime from last year. And on Crunchyroll recently, they released Odd Taxi Into the Woods, which was the theatrical release to Odd Taxi. My fault. I thought it was a sequel. So I started watching Odd Taxi Into the Woods,
Correct.
and I quickly realized it's the exact same scenes, exact same dialogue. It's just a film version. So I had to text Aldo in a panic. And I was like, what movie haven't we watched? And we kind of have sort of done this one already, but like not completely. I can't even remember when it was. When Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was in theaters, I want to say this spring or maybe like this late winter or something like that, like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We watched it in theaters. We did a nerd down about it. Maybe like a 20-minute breakdown, which some people might actually prefer. But this is like our full take, thoughts, and our overall feelings, and like our usual riffing on certain project
Mouth area.
Right. So like and that's again because Jujutsu Kaisen 0 got put on Crunchyroll.
And I mean, I had my thoughts about Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I went back on those thoughts.
It's because you watched Bleach,
And then
so
yeah.
again this season I've been making fun of Aldo a bunch because last season Aldo was like, no, Jujutsu Kaisen as a franchise is terrible. It's so corny.
I didn't put it that way.
You called it generic, and like, well, you essentially called it generic, and that you would rather watch the franchises that is clearly like
Based off
of, right?
Yes, I definitely say that.
Like Bleach, and that was your most prominent example.
That was before I rewatched Bleach.
And yeah, so then this past season we watched season 1 of Bleach, and we've had better weeks. We've had much better weeks, and we even gave it its fair shake. We watched like 24 episodes. I don't know if y'all remember the first season of Bleach. Absolutely nothing happens. It's like a slice of life, but the boy's a soul reaper.
Like Jujutsu Kaisen 0 as a whole movie, to me, it feels of what I felt a season of Bleach was.
I absolutely loved rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen yesterday.
It was really cool.
I absolutely adore the pacing. I think the animation is amazing, stupendous, like even stylized art, because like it's Mappa Studios, which has quickly become the Marvel Cinematic Universe of anime studios.
And it was during their 10th anniversary, I believe, right?
Something like that. Which like that's pretty young for a franchise. Yeah. They've maybe been like hyper prominent in the past like 5-6 years, something like that. And it makes me sad when I see this great animation in this movie, because it's like, how many animators had like terrible weeks just trying to animate those 20 frames.
And they had a lot of good, I mean, well, I don't want to say a lot of good CGI, but it's well-placed CGI because of the nature of the curses. The curses are supposed to look like the witches in Madoka Magica.
I think the cursed energy looks real good in CGI.
No, definitely.
Like if Yuta does something like putting cursed energy into his fist, it's big, it's blue. But they also do this thing where they put like a pencil drawing outline on top of the energy,
like a rough draft on top.
Yeah, like from a manga almost, like a manga draft looking quick brush stroke, jagged pencil outline on energy, and it looks really good. It looks really, really good.
That what you just said, it reminds me of like the scene where Yuta first comes into class and everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
It goes all pencil drawing.
Yeah,
like even the frame, like he just steps in the door and it's just like boom, black and white pencils.
Crazy. Menacing.
Yeah, and Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is kind of a prequel to Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen follows a different group of characters, except like Gojo's still there. Our main cast in Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is a secondary cast in the main Jujutsu Kaisen series.
And not a lot of difference from Gojo and Nanami either, like the ones that we see in the series and the movie.
Yeah.
So you're not made to think that it's been a really long time.
It's only a year.
Oh, really?
It's only a year because like Maki and them are sophomores.
Okay.
They're second years, and then we're following the new freshmen. So it's an academy. It's Harry Potter. It's Naruto. It's all that. It's Jujutsu Kaisen. No, it's what's it called? The name of the school?
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Is that what it's called? Jujutsu Kaisen
think so,
Academy?
yeah.
Like Tokyo Jujutsu Kaisen Academy or something like
something
that,
like
right?
that, uh-huh.
And it's just a school where they teach like curses and cursed energy. So we are following our current year freshmen to include a new main character, but also like an old main character because it's also like a prequel, being Yuta. They're in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. There's only like 5-6 special grade sorcerers, and Yuta's one of them. And he was named a special grade immediately upon entering the school.
Correct.
As opposed to like some of our other secondary casts here. I'm thinking about Maki. They're like grade 3 sorcerers, and all they want out of life is to be like a grade 1. So Yuta being beyond a grade 1 without any training, any knowledge, is kind of like a huge slap in the face of these kind of characters. And it's also like in direct parallel to the main character in the core Jujutsu Kaisen series. They have the same kind of backgrounds, like Gojo finds them. They're either imbued with a curse, or they have somebody living inside of them that the rest of Jujutsu Sorcerer society as large sees as like a threat. And Gojo kind of treats them both the same way. Just like, no, I see potential in them. They're not bad guys. I'm going to train them. I'm responsible for them. I'll take them under my wing.
And they become spirit detectives.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, they become Yusuke Urameshis.
Yeah.
They go around.
I think it's just called Jujutsu High School, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Tokyo Jujutsu High School?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you were talking about the pacing too, it starts off with this like, I don't know, very training day-ish kind of intro where Yuta's being interrogated by Goyo in this like charmed like field room.
Oh yeah.
Which is very kind of mafia, because if you haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, it has those tropes too. Because like even the first season when they're training, when they're going about their training, is like their boss. It looks very like, I don't know. To me, it looks more mafia-ish than high schoolish.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And
well, it's also like old money kind of. Like a lot of the character designs for the people on the campus are like old Japanese style money. You know what I mean? So I get what you mean about that mafia thing. It doesn't seem very like if I came into money, it looked really tacky because I'd be new money and I'm driving big old flashy things and I've got big jewelry and like I'm wearing fancy suits.
Your new money.
Yeah, they're wearing like the clothes of their people. It's old
Correct.
money. It's that classically trained money.
And the drip is fantastic too. Whoever is out here like drawing this characters with like the most insane drip,
well,
it's crazy.
It's the boy. It's the actual mangaka. That's how they appear in the manga, is my understanding. His name is Geji Akutami. Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga, comes out in Shonen Jump magazine. I don't know if you've heard of it. Famous for like the best manga ever. Like just any manga you like, probably came from Shonen Jump, especially if it's a shonen, obviously.
Yeah.
Like we're talking Dragon Ball. We're talking Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Even like recent hits like Demon Slayer. We're talking about My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. Kaiju number 8 is going to be coming out soon. Like Promised Neverland, people forget is a shonen. One Punch Man, Mob Psycho 100. Like, God, like everything. Just literally everything starts as a manga in Shonen Jump Weekly magazine.
Cool. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, and like it's I think before, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because like it's my permanently online opinion. I think Jujutsu Kaisen in like the like nerd discourse sits in a really weird place, because like the way I think about Shonen Jump magazine and shonen properties right now is the biggest hitters, besides One Piece obviously, kind of have like this horror aesthetic or like a horror background to them. And there's 3 prominent ones I can think of. One having finished a couple of years ago, but they have like a range of like where they fit on like the adult spectrum, right? So like Demon Slayer, 10 out of 10, amazing, like one of the best things written like in the past like decade. And it's very like it's about demons, it's about exercising demons, swordplay, all that, but it's kind of like the most PG-ish of the 3 I'm describing, you know what I mean? Jujutsu Kaisen is a little bit worse. You know, people get hurt, bones get broken, people blow up. Somebody loses an arm in this movie.
Monsters are crazy.
Monsters are crazier. They don't try to empathize every monster in existence like Demon Slayer does.
Yeah.
No, I think we can curse now.
Yeah, it's been time. Yeah.
It's been time. But so like PG-13, okay, we're getting there. But then like a week from us recording this, Chainsaw Man comes out, right? And Chainsaw Man's the most like TV MA out of the three I'm describing. But like again, it's the villains are again demons. They're literally demons. We're talking about possessions and demons and chainsaw demons, gun demons, katana demons, and when Chainsaw Man started getting like a lot of press when the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was coming, when the Jujutsu Kaisen show season 1 was coming out, Chainsaw Man was doing bigger numbers than Jujutsu Kaisen ever did. People were like, "Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen's mid, it's ass. Why would you watch this? You should just be watching Chainsaw Man." Blah 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 blah. But I haven't read it. I haven't read any of Jujutsu Kaisen, but I've read all of Demon Slayer and half of Chainsaw Man. After the most recent arc that just finished of Jujutsu Kaisen, both now everyone's like, okay, two goats can like live at once. Because I don't know what happened. It's called like the Tokyo incident or the Shibuya incident, something like that. And like it's just this big giant Jujutsu sorcerer battle that was dozens of chapters long and blew everybody's mind. And now everyone like is okay with Jujutsu Kaisen living in the same sphere as like Chainsaw Man. So, I'm excited that the Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 got announced for January.
Hell yeah.
I think why I'm spending so much time comparing Jujutsu Kaisen to Chainsaw Man is because like they're even animated by the same studio. Like,
they will be, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, well, Chainsaw Man's probably already animated. Yes. So, like, Studio Map is doing both, and, like, they're just going all in on these, like, big Sakuga-style animations, like, and, like, people feel for these characters. Like, even this past week, or, like, since the film Zero got put on Crunchyroll, a lot of people have been memeing Best Girl Maki into the ground for the past like 3-4 weeks, which I
wonder why.
which like I get it. It's just like how God, like I guess I'll bring it up now just because like I can't get Chainsaw Man off my mind while talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I'm super excited for Chainsaw Man, right?
Yes.
But like I am like already dreading the nerds and like the discourse around it.
I saw your tweet and I mean, dude, every single. It seems like nowadays every single community has its fucking idiots.
It's because it's always the same community. It's these same nerds that are like that care about the MCU, that care about anime. Like it's these same toxic, like please go touch grass for the love of God.
Like if anything, JoJo has the more open-minded ones because they're just trying to make everything a JoJo reference, so they like all these animes for that reason.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that's a really good point. Yeah.
So, but like, if you're not a JoJo, fan club, you know what I'm saying? You are gonna have some shit to talk about. Anything.
You just know, like, some permanently on his computer nerd is gonna be like just beating it to Maki after every episode, or not, or whatever the girl's name is.
Maki, I believe.
No, not the Jujutsu Kaisen one. The girl with the red hair in Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I have no idea.
Whatever her name's like, and it's just like. And also nerds have this thing, even though they all share the same community, like they'll be like, they just go bashing like everything else. Like that's how I know you haven't watched anything. Like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen is so mid, just go watch Chainsaw Man. Like what? When there's 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man, like it's okay to also like Jujutsu Kaisen is the point I'm trying to make.
Crazy, and that's why we watch anime of your choosing every week. Well, we're choosing since you guys are not suggesting anything. But if you do suggest, we'll watch that and we'll talk about it. And that episode will be just for you. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably say your name several times. Several times. And but Jujutsu Kaisen, dude, it's when I first watched the movie, the pacing seemed weird to me because there's like this oh shit, we're gonna fight. Just kidding. Let's have a monster parade. And then like the monster parade happens and that's the fight. I don't know, for me it was like, why not fight now? Seemed very odd for me from the bad guys. Maybe it's just because like I was watching it at home, right? So I can like pause it and like get up and let my dogs out as I need to. So like I'm kind of like timing out,
simmering in it.
Well, no, timing out like plot beats, right?
Oh, okay.
So then I start the movie 10 minutes in, I gotta let my dogs out. They are at the first high school where, like, he first starts meeting demons and they get eaten. 10 minutes in, they're eaten by minute 14. That's 4 minutes later.
What we forgot to mention is that Utah, the reason he is in this interrogation chair being questioned by Gojo is because he killed, like, 3 classmates because of
He didn't kill them.
Well, he didn't
He mutilated them.
Oh, yeah.
They're not dead. They're not dead. They bring it up several times.
Oh, really?
They bring it up several times. They're not dead.
Oh, he maimed a lot of them.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, he maimed a lot of them. And the reason he got maimed is because, dude, this kid looks tired.
Yeah.
This kid looks tired the entire of the anime. Just bags on his eyes like this kid is in a rut.
It's like people. It's like movies where like somebody has like a ghost cursing them because it doesn't let them sleep and it's just torturing them, right?
Correct.
That's kind of how Yuta is because he has like this special grade curse, this special like you. I'm gonna start. I'm probably gonna use the term demon like interchangeably on accident, even though they're technically not demons. They are referred to as curses in Jujutsu Kaisen, but like he's got like the ghost, the demon of like his dead best friend when he was a kid.
Cancer patient.
Right.
Did they have cancer? What was with that?
It's a children's hospital. It's not explained in the movie. I don't know if it's explained in the manga.
Yeah.
But he met her at a children's hospital when they were like in like the 1st grade. She proposed to him by the time they were in the 3rd grade, and that same year she got hit by a car and her skull was like completely crushed.
Yeah, a la Boys. The Boys.
Never saw the.
Oh,
no!
You know which scene? The first one where she gets run over by the Flash.
But see, that scene is why I hate The Boys. Like when I'm always talking about like racial dynamics, I cannot stand in The Boys. It's always that I'm talking. So like, I say this gripe to like Aldo offline like a lot, and like CJ, our good friend Christopher James, who's on the podcast a lot, loves The Boys too, right?
I don't know CJ.
They don't know. He's in like a third of all available between their episodes. But like, they love The Boys, right? But I stopped after season 1 because I don't know if it changes, but at least in like the first handful of episodes, especially in episode 1, it's like the biggest example. There's 2 people of color in the whole episode, and I'm not trying to be woke about it. I don't care about representation, but like,
there's not enough Filipinos.
They're there, but they're accessories, or like they're there to fill a quota. They're not characters. They are just like people of color just filling a quota for this studio. So the scene Aldo's talking about is the first person of color that we meet on screen is the girlfriend of the main guy. She is on screen for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, has 4 lines of dialogue, and gets hit and crushed and destroyed, essentially like split in half by a speedster who's the second person of color in the whole episode, who has 1 line of dialogue. The other hour is white people talking to me. And like, I don't care. Like, I watch movies from the 80s. I get it.
No, yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
But like, you just filling this quota and being like, but I don't actually care about these characters and just killing them immediately? Why? Like, you might as well just not have them.
I'll tell you right now, in Psych Taijin, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't change. Like, The Boys is this Sigma-esque kind of and the only good thing that it has for going for it, it's, to me, the setting of like this superhero like
what if Superman was evil?
No, dude, it's not just that. Like, it's not just that. Like, that is a big aspect of it, but like just like corporate sexual harassment and like drug use and all these aspects of like regular life put into like a superhero world. That's, for me, that's what it has all going for it, and shock value. That's all it has. But like, The Boys is like this Sigma, like American Psycho incels. There's driver incels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that. I don't like
exactly.
that.
I completely get it. I got past through it because at first it was to me like that too.
I think you like those types of stories a lot more than I do too. Because like, you grew up reading actual comic books and stuff. You know what I mean? So like,
it's just weird.
Oh, did you see that they announced Static Beyond?
Static Beyond? Oh, really?
Static Shock and Batman Beyond.
Cool.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis is going to be in it too.
cool, dude. Yeah.
Isn't that tight? Isn't that super tight?
Yeah.
Well, Batman Beyond is probably my
That's
favorite
your
Batman
favorite?
animated franchise. Yeah.
Mine was the animated one, but I really like Beyond.
Batman the animation or
Yeah,
whatever
it's just
called.
when it finished, and then like I saw Batman Beyond, I was like shook.
I love Batman
like,
Beyond.
oh,
I was so in it. And like Batman Beyond.
Terry McGinnis, or what's his name?
Terry McGinnis, bro. That fool's like half Korean. Like, we got a half Korean Batman and he's skinny? What? Blew my mind.
There's this comic called Future's End. This series that came out. It starts off with future Batman. It starts off with old Batman visiting future Batman because shit's about to go ham.
Isn't that also...
It's wild.
Well, that was the most recent animated film adaptation of how Flashpoint happens, isn't it?
No.
Isn't Batman, like, isn't it old Batman in that one?
No. But, like, already dead Bruce Wayne. Like, Terrence McGinnis is Batman, but, like, old Batman comes from the future, from the past to tell something to Terrence McGinnis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About the further future.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Well, honestly, I like Batman Beyond because, like, we were talking about it earlier because I've been playing Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing Cyberpunk
Wait,
to a certain
are we done with
No, I'm gonna get there. I'm sorry. I just, like, before I lose these points.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Remember that point. This episode is about Jujutsu Kaisen. This is not the nerd down. Not yet.
Yes.
Do I save it? No. Hold on. Before I forget this thought. It's because I love that aesthetic, like that medium future aesthetic, like not super sci-fi, like it's within my lifetime, it's right out there, and everyone's just like mildly sci-fi, like we've got computers in our brains, and like I can check my text messages with a thought, like, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. Like I like this really tangible sci-fi feeling.
You know which one I dig too?
What?
Like Atom Punk.
Oh yeah.
Like
Well,
Civilization.
That's like the Fallout aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah, Civilization after like Fallout.
Well, God, I'll bring it up later. I'm relating Cyberpunk to Fallout later. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Great animation. I watched the dub yesterday because in theaters I watched the sub. I think the dub is fine. It's perfectly fine.
I started with the dub and I went to the sub.
Why?
I didn't like the dub.
No, what was wrong with it?
I don't know. I guess it was very about it.
I think
And it was corny at times.
It is, but that's like anime, right? I think
Yeah.
like the sub sounds less corny because we don't speak Japanese a little bit. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
if
sure it'll be dorky,
maybe
too.
if I knew Japanese, I'd be like, oh, that's so cringe, Jesus. And basically, like, it's the second years in the main Jujutsu Kaisen series as first years, and Yuta gets brought into the school late. And, well, it's later in the school year. It only seems like a couple months after, you know what I mean? Because it does say he spends about a year because the movie ends near about the end of the school year. And he spent about a year training, and he's just goated. Like, what we learn is that Yuta's absolutely goated. Because the thing about the main Jujutsu Kaisen series is that it's about Itadori. And Itadori is, he's the exact same character. Like, he's got a special grade cursed demon dude sorcerer that lives inside of him and like gives him special powers because of it, but like they're very different characters. Like Itadori is kind of like, he's like a cool like viewer stand-in, right? Like I was complaining nonstop in 86 last week that the male lead in 86 is like just a nerdy character writing. So what I mean about a character writing is the author is writing in his audience. He's writing characters that his audience can like identify with and see themselves as. So
which makes it fucking
cringier.
difficult for stud like us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like such a like us. It's hard for me to associate with your fucking nerd bullshit.
Correct. We love you guys, but take a fucking shower.
Because the character in 86, he's like broody and quiet, but he's still so good and so talented, and all the girls secretly love him. But Itadori, he's just dorky and funny and stupid and has orange hair, and there's still like this little demon like voice living in his head. He's like, "Shut up, nerd! I'm gonna go do whatever."
Yeah.
And like he like Gojo, even though Gojo's like the goatest, the strongest character character in this universe. He's dorky and stupid, and like him and Itadori go do like.
And it's not even about being a cool guy. He's just like a super laid back guy. He's not into his fucking feelings. He's not into somebody else's feelings. He's just like, I ate a fucking cursed finger. I'm gonna go to school now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to murder nobody,
Yeah.
but then Yuta's just like, oh, I almost kill people all the time, and
But you gotta feel bad for the dude, bro. Because
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
it's like him thinking that he's cursed.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the whole point of the fucking movie.
well, and what I like about that, you're exactly right, because like if it's still a character write-in for the audience, this is what you nerds are actually like. You need sleep. You're lacking vitamin D, and you're bullied. Like Yuta is.
You don't have the energy to like stand up for yourselves because you're not going outside.
Yeah.
You're not eating. You're not sleeping.
Exactly.
know?
Exactly. Take your vitamins.
Exactly.
Take your vitamins and eat 3 square meals a day.
And don't be bullied.
Exactly.
You can still be sad. We're all sad.
Just, I don't know, call a teacher. I don't know.
No, they don't do anything.
But yeah, so like Yuta is like that kind so you do feel for him. Like
Yes.
you are supposed to have an empathetic feeling for him. But like Itadori, like you never feel he doesn't the character doesn't want you to feel empathetic
No.
for him.
Yeah, he's just a cool guy having a cool, fun time.
Like he's also castrated and massacred within the first 30 seconds of his series, but he's not worried about it.
No, he's not.
Not worried about it at all.
And so Yuta is coming to the school. He's getting badass, but then Gojo is following this like sub agenda because of like the board of the high school. I guess like, hey, your boy has this fucking curse and he could kill everybody. This incident happened at the first high school that they were fighting at, and Yuta is getting better at it because Gojo in this other instance, when he's fighting with my boy, the guy with the cursed voice, really awesome character, by the
Inumaki.
way. What was his name?
Inumaki.
Inumaki's go-to. I really like his character design. I like his power.
I like the movie because in the first season we never got to see what Inumaki's power actually looks like. We saw a little bit of Panda, not a whole lot in the main series, and we saw like almost none of like Maki actually like performing and fighting.
Correct.
Which I thought was really cool because it flushes out like if it's going to be a world, if it's like a whole high school and different grades that we're supposed to care about, it's cool. It's really cool because like the issue with like My Hero Academia right now is like I bring it up all the time. Jesus Christ, what's
They
his
just
name?
lost it.
Jesus Christ, what's his name? Anyways, the mangaka for My Hero Academia, like I read it weekly and like it really feels like he doesn't like Horikoshi.
Togami? Horikoshi.
Horikoshi. His name is Horikoshi. He doesn't actually like fleshing out characters. He likes making new character designs and just like throwing them in the work. So the longer the story goes on, which is just the story of Deku and like his character development, the more it's it's like you're I don't know. It's like you're crawling on your nail beds. Like it hurts, but you still have to get to your destination. Like it's such a struggle, but like we still got to get there. Like as a collective.
And then Yuta, he starts learning how to curse like items, and he picks a katana, and it looks really cool when he uses the power of his ex-girlfriend, or so she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know she's the ex-girlfriend already.
The big narrative fake that Aldo's talking about is the whole point of the movie, we think, until like the last 10 minutes, is that we think that Yuta's power is because he was somehow cursed by his dead elementary school mate. And she is such a powerful curse that she has imbued him with like almost an infinite supply of curse energy, which makes him broken. Like
He doesn't even have to do anything.
It's like it's like the Bleach power system, kind of like spiritual pressure just means the more you have, the stronger you are. Like the technique doesn't matter, the power doesn't matter, your katana doesn't matter. More, better, good. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of how like Jujutsu Kaisen treats it. Like Yuta has no technique, no knowledge base. He's not that bright, but big energy supply. So broken. He's a nuke. He's a big unrefined nuke. Like why wouldn't you want that on your team?
Correct.
And like I love Gojo's power. Like Gojo's power. Honestly, a lot of the Jujutsu sorcerer powers remind me of math in like a really weird way, and kind of in like how Hunter x Hunter treats
Nen?
Yes, but the personification of Nen is Hatsu.
Hatsu.
Hey, look at this. Hatsu.
Yeah.
Like, so Hatsu is like how you manipulate your Nen, your spiritual pressure, your Jujutsu to make an outcome. But like, if you have a limited supply, you can make deals with yourself. You can make contracts with your own psyche, with your own supply. Give me the most broken power, but I'll only use it on the Phantom Troop. Right, and that kind of happens in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like he releases like the limiter on what's her name, on Rika's power by like kind of making a compact with her. So Gojo, his Hatsu, so to speak, like his personification of his Jujutsu power, his pressure, is to like manipulate the universe. Like if you've ever taken pre-cal, it's like the Mean Girls joke. Like what is the limit? The limit might not exist in certain functions, right? Gojo, his power is to do limitless functions, but like on the universe. So like he has so much Jujutsu and so much like pressure that like he can manipulate the space-time around him so that you can't actually touch him. Like he could, like you could sock the shit out of him, but he'd be perfectly fine because there's like a particle dense layer of like limitless potential around him. So like if I'm 6 inches away from him, 6 inches away, 6 inches away from him, if I'm 6 inches away from him, and like
it's about 6 inches,
and like I'm trying to go all the way, you end up moving just half the way, half of the time. So that means for an infinite amount of time, you're going half of that length, so you can't ever actually hit him. Right. So like he's got like a dark hole as a power essentially, which is why he wears blindfolds. Because that power, it's alluded to in the movie a little bit. My dog's trying to get it. Is that like the power is because of his eyes. He can see the limits of the universe, and as long as he can see that, like he has limitless potential on how to manipulate said universe. So he keeps his eyes blindfolded because if he always sees everything as just a section of an ever-expanding universe, then nothing means anything, ever.
It's like that Dr. Manhattan thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But exactly. It's like the Dr. Manhattan thing. But then Dr. Manhattan like gave himself into that and just kind of just kept pushing it and going and going. Gojo is still an empath. Correct. He has his limitless power, but he still cares about the people on the bottom, which is like why his best friend, who's the villain in this movie, is just like, fuck those, it's Frieza, fuck those dirty, powerless monkeys. I'm a Jujutsu sorcerer. I deserve everything. And Gojo's just like, no, dude, we have the power. We protect them. Remember? Like
Classic anime stuff.
It's like how cops are supposed to protect, but like they just end up like just shooting people in McDonald's parking lot sometimes.
Yeah. Or killing one other policeman for investigating a
gang rape.
A gang rape?
Yeah. It's like that.
Crazy.
Kind of.
I mean, grape.
It's creepy.
Grape. Yeah, very creepy.
Yeah, it's terrible. So that's like the kind of people we're dealing with. We're dealing with the empathic side. Because like I like that kind of the type of villain that thinks he's in the right. Like he's just not evil for the sake of being evil. Like he's just kind of just fucked up. Like he's just a psychopath. He's deluded. He's like Geto really believes that like he's doing the universe, like the world, a favor if we get rid of people. Like regular, everyday, the Muggles. He's like, just kill the Muggles so that Wizard Society can exist.
And then he, not just that, he only has this thing where he's like, just, like he's a la Mob Psycho 100, he's exercising like curses and he's eating them to keep them as powers.
Right. Jujutsu Kaisen kind of has that Naruto-esque effect to its Jujutsus to where like families or clans have access to certain like ninjutsus. Like not everybody has access to everything. You have like an affinity or like a predisposition to like your type of power system, kind of.
A 3-bone pinky toe or a 2-bone pinky toe. Is that for My Hero Academia, right?
Yes. Yeah. I was trying, bro. I thought you were talking about chickens. I was like, because I'm thinking of like a chicken foot with like three, with like 3 bones. Why are we talking about chickens?
They were dinosaurs, bro.
Yes, they were raptors back in the day. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's that kind of effect. Geto is actually the main villain in the Jujutsu Kaisen series as of right now, but he looks and acts a lot different in the main series. And this was a year before. So, like in the main series, Geto has a giant scar across his skull. His mannerisms are completely different. He seems to have no memories really, or doesn't really act like the way he does in the movie. Like he doesn't show a history with Gojo really, or the academy as a whole.
Yeah, like Geto. If he was Majin Buu, like in the movie, he was like big fat Majin Buu, and like in the series, he's like Baby Buu or Buu or
Kid
whatever.
Buu.
Kid Buu. There you go.
Well, honestly, I ruined it for myself one time because I got curious the week that the movie came out, and I Googled why, and there's a whole thing.
Well, I mean, the movie does finish with "Are you gonna kill me, brother?" And then you just hear the whoosh.
Yeah, the anime like the slicing sound.
Yeah.
He did die, but there's a curse
By the power of Jesus Christ.
No,
Came back to life.
Yeah, by Gojo Satoru.
Oh, okay, cool.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
But he Gojo did kill him at the end of the movie, but a curse possessed his body, which is why he has that giant scar over his skull. So, like in the manga, I saw panels of it, like the top of his skull like comes off, and you just see the other little curse, and it's like a little brain. He's like,
damn.
But like it keeps Gojo's power. Like Gojo's power is pretty broken. Like it's what you were talking about. Like he can eat any curse he finds. He absorbs them, turns them into a little black ball. Yeah, Gato, and like can eat them. So that's why Geto.
It's because the pronunciation, like even because I saw the sub. I started it in the dub, and I saw the sub. It was like Gato, Geto, like it's by a vowel away. So
it's not even like a hard vowel difference.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I hear you,
Yeah.
and like his whole thing is just to kill Yuta so that he can steal Rika. Mm-hmm. That's the point of the movie. Like that's like why, which like it kind of sucks because it's like the same plot where it's just like new kid that's insanely strong and possessed by an insanely strong like special grade power. Some people are trying to get to it and they break into the school, and it's up to the average students to like fend them off. Mm-hmm. That happens in the main series. That happens here. And that kind of sucks. Like,
yeah, it does.
But like, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 really was a prequel. Like, it got published later, but it was like the original manuscript. Yuta was the original Itadori. Like, the mangaka like took it back into the lab after writing Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and was like, okay, I'll rework it, kind of things. I'm happy with it. I like the world I've built.
It's like the pilot.
Yeah, exactly. So like, we kind of got them out of order, but like the world did, right? Because that's how it was published in the manga as well. And I don't know. Like, I'm jumping around a lot, like a lot. But I think the movie is real good. It's mega high quality. Like, just watching people get eaten is like a whole experience. It's crazy.
And the fighting too, like the whole curse parade that they had. And all the
Night of 100 Demons.
Yeah, the Night of 100 Demons, and then we see more Jujutsu professors too, like Gojo, sorcerers like Gojo, and they're fighting, and like the animation between Gojo and these black dude. What's his name?
I don't know. The guy with the dreads.
No, the guy with the little.
He's got
bonnet, or what do you call it?
Bonnet. Yeah. He fights with like a dread lasso rope thing.
Oh, true. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah, I don't have his name right here, but yeah, he ends up being one of Geto's like
main
lackeys.
Yeah.
Somebody I did want to talk about before I forget about him. The math take I was taking earlier, like, is not only Gojo, but also in the main series it was this guy Nanami, like a professional Jujutsu sorcerer, and his power was to cut like any curse or anything in 3/7. Like in like just seeing him in action again, like it's not explained again because we saw the main series, but like it's cool because like it's just like, oh, dope math. Like you see him with like his little cleaver sword thing, and it's just cutting everything in 3/7, and that's why he's broken, because he can cut everything as long as you can cut into 3/7.
You can cut anything into fractions.
Exactly. So it's broken, and that's why like Jujutsu Kaisen is just math.
Yeah.
It's just like really kind of basic math, but it's cool. It's really cool.
And the character design too. I mean, you guys know Nanami from the series, but like Nanami's a great. I don't know. It seems like a neon matrix kind of.
Oh yeah,
persona.
like cyberpunky, like he's wearing sunglasses, but
Keanu
like
Reeves.
right, but like almost as if he had like prosthetic eyes or something. Like he's wearing like
his shades.
cursed material, like cursed objects over his eye and stuff like that.
And in the movie, we didn't even see like uncloth his cleavers. We did see that in the series,
Right.
But his cleavers are cloth, which they're OP, and then uncloth they're even more OP.
Yeah, he can extra cut things into 3/7.
Crazy. But yeah, we have this whole fight, this Night of a Thousand Demons, while Geto is attacking like
The school.
Jujutsu High School.
Yeah.
And Yuta, it's
He sees his classmates like incapacitated on the ground. You did what? Like
it's this whole Shinji getting the robot thing.
Yeah.
You know, because we're like, what is he not doing anything? Because he thinks nothing's happening.
Because he needs motivation. He needs to think people's lives are at risk. And it's crazy because what we learn is that his powers, he can literally copy any jujutsu sorcerer. Any jujutsu sorcery. Like the Inumaki is part of like the cursed speech clan. So everybody in that clan can use cursed speech, right? Which is why Inumaki, like in the main series, in the everyday like life.
You're talking about like the megaphone thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Inumaki, he has to speak in sushi ingredients,
rice bowling or rice cake
or
ingredients.
rice cake ingredients, because like if he says any actual words, he could like hurt you.
Yeah,
because like cursed speech is just like Aldo. Slap face, and then Aldo just like no, like the power of my jujutsu sorcery is gonna make him slap his own face.
Right.
So like if he says run, like you're gonna just start jogging, like you could hurt yourself physically if like you were inflicted by his jujutsu sorcery.
Right.
But like Yuta seeing that once he's fighting Geto is just like, Rika, give me the thing. And Geto's just like, ho, ho, ho. What, like he's got big old sleeves like this, just like stands around like, ho, ho, ho. What is this? And you see Rika hand Yuta a mic, like a megaphone, and it has like the mark of cursed speech on it. And Geto's just like, what is that? That's not the mark of cursed speech, is it? And Yuta's just like, what does he say? He says like down or no, he said die. Like Geto has like this horde of demons that he's eaten going after Yuta, and they're making like pillars of curses, yada yada yada.
Centipede looking motherfuckers.
They're all piled on top of each other, and Yuta's just like death or die, and all just start disintegrating.
All those worm-like things like dying.
And like that shows how strong.
And Getsu's like, oh shit, I need this bitch now, and my curse.
He's learning.
Bookshelf.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like it's a. I don't know. Yuta does a lot with the year because like he was even alluded to in the main series, because when Itadori is introduced and he meets the second years, he meets Panda, he meets Inumaki, he meets Maki. They're just like they vaguely mention a fourth second year, and then he's just never brought up again. And they're just like, yeah, he's out doing his own thing because he's super strong and super special. And in the main, and they call him a special grade there, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean he's a special grade? There's 5 special grade sorcerers, and you mean like a 16-year-old is one of them? So like, Yuta's great. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that like if he was given more time with Rika, he would have been just unstoppable. Like the power to copy anybody else's power. I watched Naruto. I remember how broken like the Sharingan was. It's a big deal.
No, yeah, and this is where like that aspect of like putting your making a contract with your nan to be more powerful and stuff like that. Yuta, at this point, he's beat up, everybody's fucking dying.
Yeah.
Maki's dying. Panda's dying. What's
Itadori.
Itadori, he's dying.
My boy.
Oh no. There's an aspect about the anime or about his curse that made it maybe a little bit too cheesy for me, but like he's just like explaining to Rika. He's explaining to Rika. It's like, hey Rika, fuck it, I give up. I'm cursed by you. It's like, I will give you my everything, which means dying, and for them to like spend
the afterlife
together. But just lend me your full power this time, so I can beat this dude. I cannot let him harm my friends. Whatever.
Yeah. But I love that scene animated. Like, I get what you mean. It is kind of corny.
No. But when it gets to the animation, it gets really good. It gets really good.
Like, Rika's character design is terrifying. It's like a big white ghoul, but like it's like an old school ghost. So like it's like a little wisp near the bottom, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like the more up it goes, to where it's like giant. It's like 12 feet tall, giant shoulders, like 20-foot long arms with
like
long nails. Yeah, like a
xenomorph
from Alien, and just big old mouth and big old claws, and it doesn't have any eyeballs. But then once he makes that contract, Utah, I love you, I love you.
And then he's like, I love you too.
He kisses it off screen.
Yeah, off screen.
There's like a blackout. It doesn't show them kissing, but he totally kisses.
They're like right here, and they're just like,
and she's like, "Oh, I love you so much." And then like her forehead opens to a giant eyeball.
Yeah.
It's like, and then she does a fucking spirit bomb, just a big old pink spirit bomb. Mm-hmm. And it's cool that it's pink. Like, I feel like we don't see enough pink shonen powers. Big energy
really
blast.
Cool. It looks really cool.
And like Geto is just like, listen here, you little pussy. And he's just like, I have 40,300 demons inside of me. And then he's also got one like borderline special grade that he pops out. And he's just like, I'm gonna do a big blast on you too. So it's like the Dragon Ball effect. Like which energy blast is gonna overtake the other one.
But Yuta's like instantly fucks him up. Like, it is almost funny how confident he is.
Oh yeah,
about
and like while watching it, I was like you feel like you should be almost offended that Geto is special grade.
Yeah,
because there's no way that Geto could take Gojo. Gojo couldn't take Yuta.
At some point, he does call out his own, like, not weakness, but like one of his, like, almost like things that he's embarrassed by it, because he's like, man, if I had Rika, like, I wouldn't have to like sneak around doing stupid ass odd jobs just to keep having curses on me, because his power was having so many curses on him.
Right, like it's
not individual curses.
It's broken because, like, again, like there's no limit to his power, but it's like what he has access to. Correct. You know what I mean? Like, if you're playing Pokemon Red and Blue, and this is the generation that Charmander doesn't learn Metal Claw. There's no grass types in the first route
area.
In the first area, and like the first gym is a rock gym with an Onyx with high defense. Like, how are you going to beat that? Like, you're just gonna keep grinding in the forest until like you're over leveled and can actually get in there. And like that's Geto's thing. Like, if he has access to special grade curses, he's limitless. He's broken. He's the most broken character ever. Like, if he had if he had access to the guy with all the eyes that Itadori is cursed by in the main series, broken, like instantly, just like unlimited power system.
Yeah, wasn't there like an early era of modern or of World of War when like some players were getting just stupid like high level because they didn't have a life?
Who?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, I don't know.
And they were just like fucking up other like players.
I don't even remember.
No. Anyway, yeah. So he does point out like his weakness in a sense, quote unquote.
It's just he didn't have access sooner. Correct. Essentially, like if Geto had met Yuta before Yuta was at the school, like the society would have collapsed essentially.
And like the screen goes black and white and
I also think it's crazy because like he's got his arm out and he's like, "You're not gonna overtake me, Yuta Okatsu." And then like the next scene is just like
he's fucked up in an alley.
Just one, like he's missing that arm that he was stretching out trying to do the big fucking anime energy blast with, and he's just like, ugh. And you're right, that's the scene where he's talking down on himself. If I just had more access, like next time I'm gonna get him, I promise. And he's just bleeding all over the wall around the school.
And then he's like, I didn't think you were gonna find me this soon, and he's talking to Gojo because Gojo just showed up, and Gojo's like, peace out.
But Gojo's also like again, the thing with the eyes, like everything's a game to him. Nothing really has consequences. People aren't people. You're nothing in the magnitude of the universe. So like he kind of plays games like on people. Like he could have showed up at any point to defeat Geto, and he just didn't, because he wanted to see what happened if Yuta could like unlock his full potential and unlock Rika's full potential and see if that could get rid of her.
And he also wanted to help Yuta uncurse himself.
Right.
You know?
But
To
still,
break this curse.
like people were fucked up. Like the rest of the first years almost died.
Yeah.
They literally say Maki almost died.
Yeah, it's a very like push you into the deep end so you can learn how to swim kind of deal.
I'm pushing the baby, the chick out the nest kind of thing.
Yeah, and Hidosho, we hear the slashing of what we know now from Drew, spoiling all of you and myself, is that his skull opens up.
No, he doesn't do that. I don't know what happens to the body,
Okay.
but he does like it. He like cuts him through the heart,
Okay.
cuts him through the chest. And like he cuts the body. I don't know how they disposed of it, but the demon, the curse that finds Geto, found his corpse.
And then we have Gojo showing up to the high school where all our main party is patting themselves in the back for a good fight. And
this scene is fucked up.
Yeah.
I think I got like a little sobby in theaters because like big ass cursed fully unlocked cursed Rikas. They're like Yuta,
it's time.
It's time. And Yuta's just like, okay, I gotta go talk to my girl, guys.
Oh yeah, because they're having a full ass conversation about next year, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to go die.
I gotta go talk to my curse wife. Hold on."
Yeah.
And so he gets up, and she's like, "Thank you, Yuta." And then like her actual cursed body like dissipates, and you just see like second grade Rika.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Thank you, Yuta. This wasn't your fault." And he's like, "Gojo, what does she mean? It wasn't my fault."
Thank you for setting me free.
Yeah, thank you for that. What do you mean, Gojo? What happened? So yeah, like Gojo's broken because he is a descendant of the top 3 Jujutsu sorcerers ever, right?
Oh yeah, it's like a whole.
Yuta is broken because he's also an offshoot bastard, a la like some Targaryen bullshit.
Big, sorry to cut you off, but it's just like if the present is this big, like the bow is like this big.
Oh yeah,
like they tied a big bow.
It's cool.
Big.
It's cool. Like
Yeah.
it felt really smart when they explained it, because like if Gojo is a descendant of this super powerful guy, Yuta is just some forgotten offshoot of an offshoot of an offshoot, 5th, 6th, 7th cousin down the road, kind of like offshoot of this one dude, and like that bloodline is what makes Yuta broken, because like he had so much like innate Jujutsu like cursed energy potential that when he watched his best friend's skull get crushed by a car, he cursed her to turn her into a curse that he could source from, and that would like just hover around him forever so that they would never have to be apart.
And it wasn't even intentions.
No,
like,
yeah.
The way Jujutsu Kaisen like Zero serves it to you at the beginning is that Yuta, it's almost being like le está siguiendo la corriente a Rika. He's just going along with her. Like that's how it serves it to you. Like Rika. Rika, it's like, yeah, we're gonna be together and we're gonna be my future husband. He's like, yeah, for sure, let's do it. But like at the end, it serves it to you like when she said that, like he was already thinking about it, is that he was just like an introvert about his feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she gets her like skull crushed by a car, without knowing that he has this spirit energy about himself, he says, "Hey Rita, oh my God, please don't die, and him thinking that got her to be a fucking cursed ghost forever.
Which like he got what he wanted. Like she stayed alive, I guess.
Yeah, but cursed bodies are ugly.
Right, so like the contract they made to defeat Geto like essentially broke the curse. And like what Gojo explains is just like, as long as they don't have ill intention towards you, the curse will dissipate.
Correct.
So, and like she didn't, obviously, because she still has the mind of a second grader and is in love with the guy. So she's just like, Yuta, I loved you so much for 6-7 years, and I was cursing you.
She's not a monster anymore. She's not a monster.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yuta. Yuta. So that she just like hovers away into fucking La La Land.
Yeah.
And
Ghost is Patrick Swayze Ghost.
well, it made me think of how the JoJo series treats ghosts.
Oh yeah.
That's what it made me think of, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then so she dissipates, and then we get that backstory from Gojo, and now like Yuta's broken because we realize that it was actually his cursed energy the whole time. Like he wasn't sourcing it from anybody else. He's just that good. Like he's just that goated. There's an after credit scene. Did you see it?
Oh no, I did not.
It's only like 50 seconds long. It's the guy from Kenya with the dreads that Gojo was fighting earlier. They're in Africa, and Yuta's talking with him, and like that guy made Yuta a meal, and they're discussing some kind of Kenyan spice, and they're just like, oh, that's super interesting. He made him a Kenyan burrito, essentially. It's a Kenyan burrito with a special Kenyan spice. Yuta's fucking geeking over it. And then he just turns over his left shoulder. Oh, when did you get here? And it's just Gojo just hovering over him, watching their conversation. End of movie. So I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Me
I mean, if anything, second season is pointing out to following Todoroki? No.
Itadori.
Todoroki's from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
I hope we're gonna see more of him. I hope at some point we come into Yuta.
I think what scares me right now is there's no way Mappa can keep it up forever, right?
Uh-huh.
Is there a way that Mappa keeps it up forever? That can't be possible, right?
What has gone forever? Think about it. Just a handful of them, maybe just 2.
How I Met Your Mother?
No, like One Piece and Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So
well, Dragon Ball had like a 20-year hiatus.
Exactly. Yeah.
So okay, yeah, I see your point. I see your point. So like
nothing's forever.
And that's what scares me, because it's like, where will the first fault be? Where's the first crack in the armor? Like, will it be Chainsaw Man next week? Will it be season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen? Like, when do they fail?
Hey, and sometimes we see good endings to anime. Sometimes we see good send-offs to an anime, like Demon Slayer had.
Right. The final season of Mob Psycho season 100 started this week.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I hope we see an ending. We like seeing endings to these animes, you know what I'm saying? What was it? Violet Evergarden finished off pretty good.
We still haven't watched the movie.
But that's the end of that.
Yeah. Anyways, love Jujutsu Kaisen 0. If you're listening to this, you've probably already watched it. So, like, if you hated it, you're wrong. Your opinion does not matter. The 2 people behind this table, these are the only 2 opinions that matter. Yours is wrong, ours are right.
You can still comment down below.
Yeah, let me know how wrong your opinion is.
Yes, please.
In the comments.
And I think that's it. Do you want to go to the Nerd Down?
Nerd Down.
Nerd Down.
Nerd Down.
This is the Nerd Down with the Nerds Get Down. I'm here with Drew Elias. I am Aldo Mendez. Drew has a new car, and this is the Nerd Down. Please follow us on all our social media tags at Between Nerds. That includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please subscribe. Get those notifications of our videos posted every week.
We need subscribers.
We need subscribers. We did jump like 8 people.
Hey yo!
Since the bachelor party.
Hey yo! We just need to raid all the bachelor parties. Is what I learned.
Definitely.
And just grab everybody's phone and be like, "You're subscribing."
Also, you guys know how to enter the giveaway. So as soon as we see that you're subscribed to our channel and you're a commenter on every month on our videos, any video, we'll give you something cool, something anime-like, something nerdy-like.
We know you got your Twitter Avi's an anime character.
That's enough information.
That character will be in your hands as a giveaway
to dox you.
Yeah. we literally had somebody one time be like, "You're not gonna dox me, are you?"
No, we're just trying to say,
and then that person got their giveaway and then like
and never showed up ever again.
Yeah, and then like almost like blocked us on everything, just like dipped out.
Yeah.
Like we were gonna ask for it back or something. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Next week we will have our friend Jacob Mendeville. He was on our Fire Force episode, like 2 years ago already.
Yeah.
Back next weekend to talk about Interstellar 5555, the story of the Secret Star System. It is the anime film adaptation of the Daft Punk album Discovery.
Yes, and if you guys don't know about techno music, me and Drew like to bump this music. You know what I'm saying? Daft Punk is probably one of my favorite dance bands. You know what I'm saying? It's dance music. I wouldn't call it so much house. I wouldn't call it so much techno. It's just dance music.
Yeah.
And if you didn't watch these videos growing up early in late 90s, you probably didn't see this. Oh, Toei Animation did it?
Toei Animation did it. You know, like One Piece, Dragon Ball, that Toei Animation did it.
If you weren't watching MTV videos,
2003.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, like early 2000s.
Early
but like,
2000s.
They were amazing. You knew there was a story, but I never knew that there was an actual film about it.
You didn't?
No, I thought just like the music videos was the film.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't think there was actual dialogue.
It's a full 90 minutes. Feature length film. Amazing. Excited to watch it. Excited to have Jacob here to talk about it with us. I had a point earlier when I was riffing. What was I going to talk about?
Fallout and Cyberpunk.
Right. Cyberpunk 2077 reminds me a lot of Fallout, and I think it's super crazy because, like, I think Fallout. I think it was New Vegas. New Vegas,
I
right?
didn't really play New Vegas.
It's probably
I think I played the third one.
It is probably my favorite of like the Bethesda series games, besides maybe Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Mm-hmm. And I like it a lot because like it feels open world, but it also feels very contained. Like I have a quest log, I know what I'm doing, I have my main quest that's like very like streamlined, but then I can just get lost. Like I'm like 12 hours in right now and I feel like I'm at the beginning of the game. Like I hate technology and that they sell my data to everybody else, because like just talking about Cyberpunk in the open, like I'm starting to get TikToks of like Cyberpunk, of people playing Cyberpunk clips, and they're doing super crazy tricks and like they're killing people in like super creative and like weird ways that I don't have any idea how they're doing yet. Mm-hmm. And like, number one, stop selling my data, please, even though I'm very entertained by these TikToks. Number two, like, it's such an exciting game. Like what I was describing earlier, that's kind of like my favorite kind of like period for like any piece of media, like the not so distant future. Like what does Los Angeles in 2077 look like? Mm-hmm. And that's essentially Cyberpunk 2077. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, cool. We still got cholos, we still got lowriders, we still got bikes, but like
they're souped up. Everything's souped up.
And like people have mods in their brain and stuff like that. But like hyper capitalism has like greatened the income disparities within society to the point that like there's just like a really 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 prominent like lower income designation for people, but then they're separated by like there's just nothing, and then there's the very extremely rich, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's like GTA but a little more sci-fi.
And I was gonna say the way I played it the other day, that we were fucking around with hacking stuff around your surroundings, it reminds me of like kind of the play of Red Dead Redemption. And I know you haven't played it, but
maybe I should.
It's really cool, western-y kind of shit.
Yeah, maybe I should. And like the quests remind me a lot of Fallout, like a lot of fetch quests, a lot of like it's kind of MMO-y in that kind of sense, except it is a solo venturing campaign. The studio is CK Red, C-Day Red, something, whatever. They had their big press conference of the year this week. They announced that they're going to be making a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, which like Cyberpunk 2077 is famously the most like broken, glitched game on release ever. or at least in the past like 20, 30 years, to the point that it was completely unplayable for most people.
It's just aggravating. It's just aggravating that. I mean, I get it. You need high processors. You need high power processors. You need a lot of time to make a game. But like, damn, like it just feels like they're just jabbing me.
They said the next one's gonna have 300 to 500 people on the project. The most recent Pokemon game has 50.
Damn.
I want you to like take that and like playing Cyberpunk 2077. I get it. Like there's so much content. Like what I'm talking about. Like I'm 12 hours in and I'm doing side quests and like the I still feel like I've done nothing. The city's ginormous. Comparing it to like the most recent GTA. Was that thunder?
I think so.
Comparing it to the most recent GTA. I remember when the most recent GTA came out, everybody was geeking about the sizes of the map and everything, right? And like Cyberpunk feels huge
compared to it,
a giant swath of like way bigger, and just driving around, just doing it, and like the quest marker will give you a distance, and like sometimes it'll show like 3 kilometers. Like, what are you talking about? Like that's like a huge swath of area. That's huge.
Yeah, well, Breath of the Wild felt like that too.
Breath of the Wild did, but what it reminded me of is Elden Ring. The more you played, the smaller the map felt.
Correct.
Like a lot of like the initial reaction
areas now,
but they're small. The areas are real small because like when the game first came out, the first 2-3 weeks, everyone was like, "Oh, it's huge! Demon Souls franchise has never been this big. It's ginormous," but like really by the end, it feels very, very small, very compact.
Again, it's not that you went straight through it, but you got to the point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are just doing crazy shit all day.
Yeah, I was like like reading guides and stuff like that because I didn't want to waste my time. I feel like Elder Scrolls or no, not Elder Scrolls. I feel like Elden Scrolls would have
Elden Ring.
I feel like Elden Ring would have been a better experience if it actually had like a quest log or something like that. Because like I get it. Like when Demon Souls and when like all these other games first came out, even talking about Bloodborne, like the point is to not actually keep track of quests and like dialogue options and stuff like that. But like that maybe should not been the take for Elden Ring because Bloodborne's a lot more linear. Like it's not super linear. It's not just like you're always just walking down a hallway. Okay, go to the next location. But the areas are a lot smaller. There's a clear point A, point B.
It also had limitations. I'm pretty sure that the creators imagined this open world like that.
Yeah, but like, you're right. But like really, like just a quest log is the only thing I want out of Elden Ring. Like,
I don't know if you played like the recent, I think not the most recent, not Ragnarok, but like the God of War.
No, like
it's a pretty good open.
Here's my boomer confession: I've never played a God of War game.
Dang it, dude!
Never played a God of War game, and that's not like a cool like I'm part of the minority who's never played the God of. No, like I wish I played a God of War game. I thought about buying the most recent God of War game the other day.
No, they're pretty cool, man. They're really cool. It has this like super Greek mythology aesthetic to it. It's really awesome.
But they switched to Viking mythology.
Yeah, and I feel like if God of War is trying to expand, it will be something like, you know what, I'm done with the Greeks. Now the Nordic gods are trying to poke, I'm trying to like bully me.
Did you used to play a lot of the Assassin's Creed games?
You know what? No. You know what? No. You know what? It was I played one of them because I got it for free on PS Store. And I played it, and I'm like, this is the same thing. It's the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
And go.
It wants you to
go pickpocket.
It wants you to just be
it.
in love with like the fact that you're an assassin.
Yeah, go get a clue. Go do this. Don't get caught. And then again, you finish that mission. You go back in time. It's the same thing. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't fucking get past it.
No, you're right.
Because Red Dead Redemption gets like that online. Like, if you want to level up your bounty hunter, your hunter, if you want to level up the skills, like, those missions are going to be very repetitive. So you level up, and then you get something out of it. Like, you unlock a new ability or something like that, which feels cool because you're actually just grinding for the level up.
Right.
But like in Assassin's Creed, it was just you're just the same guy. There's no power ups. There's just like a couple of like weapons that you can use now and then.
Yeah.
But God of War gives you a lot of weapons, a lot of level ups, a lot of different like energies of ice and fire and rage.
You know what the gameplay in God of War looks like? It looks like Bayonetta, and I've never played a Bayonetta game either. Have you?
No, I haven't, but they look like Batman games.
Bayonetta looks like Batman.
Batman games, like
but like Bayonetta
recent...
games looks like very linear.
Correct, and that's what like it like the Batman games are a glorified like straight to the point game because it tells you where to go, but it's in a big open world. So that's what it is.
Okay.
You know, so it has that quest log kind of like if you want to go to the next mission, go over here, but you can do whatever you want in the meantime.
It's like the Spider-Man games are like that. Like they give you a big open world. Look, you can web swing like across New York City, but like it feels really small, really quick, and like there's not a whole lot to actually do.
I think in the most recent God of Wars there is.
Yeah.
To a point.
I've never played the Witcher games.
Me neither.
And that's
I played one of them. I think the first one, and that's it.
That's the same studio as Cyberpunk.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So in their press conference, they announced like 4 new Witcher games.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna redo one of the Witchers for like modern consoles like PS5 and stuff like that, and then they're gonna do like 3 sequels.
I remember
And the president of that studio announced his retirement.
Oh damn.
That was a hell of a press conference.
Crazy. I remember because I do remember playing The Witcher. I think one of the first games that came out, and then ever since I played that, I modeled all my like my characters that I could like. What do you call it when you
customize?
When you can customize your character, I customize them to look like The Witcher.
Something I'm kind of disappointed about talking about character customization in video games is it looks like there's not going to be a whole lot of like outfit customization in the new Pokemon games. Okay. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
You know what? I played Pokemon for fun, but when I see you play Pokemon, it makes me feel sad.
Why? Because you were never that into Pokemon?
Because I was never that into Pokemon. Like, if I was going to play Pokemon, I'll play the story and go here and go there.
Get a level 100 Charizard and just flamethrower everything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
why are you using the stat moves? They don't do anything.
Yeah, so like when I see you play, it's like, oh no, I gotta clone this motherfucker to get this attributes, and then get those attributes to put this attributes, and then those attributes to help this fucker get this attributes. And I'm like, nah, man.
Nah, that's not what it's about.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, honestly, there's a concept that really, it's like competitive Pokemon's like worst kept secret is a concept of genning. There's whole YouTube channels that are streaming 24/7 that have Discords associated with them where you can gen Pokemon, where you can go and if you copy and paste a stat spreadsheet for a Pokemon with the ability you want, the EV spread and the moves, somebody in game will be like, so and so is trying to trade with you, blah, 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 blah. And then that's how like. In competitive Pokemon matches, you see a lot more shinies, like a lot more shiny Pokemon than like that are normally available. Because like gen to Pokemon, they're not like red flagged in the game at all. Because like a literal like AI, a little computer is literally running around in the game cloning and like actually breeding that Pokemon,
like a fake credit card almost.
So when somebody so they have them available when somebody asks for that Pokemon, and it's crazy like. So last month, it was early September, like 4 weeks ago, the Pokemon World Series was streaming, and I watched it. Don't tell anybody, but at work, and because it was in the UK, so it was in like the middle of the day over here, and you see people with shiny legendaries and perfect EV spreads and the perfect attribute and the perfect abilities, and like they have the right personalities, and it's like Pokemon's worst kept secret. There's no way that the Pokemon company putting this on is really like, yeah, like people have hundreds of teams with hundreds of Pokemon, and each of those Pokemon, even though they might be the same Pokemon, have different spreads and different. No one is sitting there spending 10,000 hours for competitive Pokemon trying to like make a certain build, right? Yeah. They're just jumping on these genners and being like, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, see, and like when I see you doing it, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's wild to me, and it reminds me of like how you play Yu-Gi-Oh too, like buying to get your deck and not just having a dumbass deck.
Grab that pile next to you.
This one,
Yeah.
the guy's shiny cardboard.
Okay, so this pile of cards is singles that were bought after the most recent Yu-Gi-Oh ban list 2 weeks ago, right? Because like they essentially like banned the main strategy in the deck that I was playing, and I'm going out of town in 3 weeks to play Yu-Gi-Oh in Pasadena. So I kind of don't have a deck. So I kind of just started buying a bunch of singles that I might potentially play in my potential build for Pasadena in 3 weeks when I go out of town. And like this is what that process looks like. So like when me and Aldo have talked about Pokemon, like Yu-Gi-Oh before, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't want to buy packs." I'm like, "Why would you buy packs, weirdo?" Like
I'm not talking about buying packs. I'm just talking about buying like hand-picked ones.
Right. But like, I'd probably build it for you, like especially if it was your first deck. And like, there's actual like emulators.
No, and I know you'll build it for me, but I'm not gonna spend the money you're spending on building my deck.
No. But like for you, that's what I was saying. Like, way earlier this year. I was saying there's actual Konami built simulators that will teach you how to play the game.
Well, I downloaded that one game.
Okay, so you downloaded Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which is like how the game is actually played, right? Like it's you didn't play it at all. There's a different one.
But I didn't play it.
There's a different one. That's how I kind of learned how to play the game. It's called Duel Links. So you start with, each player starts with half as many life points. The decks are half the size. You have 3/5 of the amount of available zones available. It's supposed to be
a
just
rapid game?
Yeah, like shorter, sweeter matches, and that's how I learned to play the game. So I like, if anybody's interested in playing that kind of game, like Pokemon has their own like official simulator. I know Magic the Gathering does. I know the Magic the Gathering one's actually like really, really expensive if you want to build a game in it. But like for the Pokemon one and the Yu-Gi-Oh one, like I would start with Duel Links on Yu-Gi-Oh, and it'll teach you the mechanics of the game. And like it's quick, like. Again, like, don't tell anybody at my old job, but that, like, I was doing it a lot at work, and that's how I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
What else we got? I haven't seen the newest She-Hulk. I know our boy Daredevil was in there.
Me neither. Yeah. What's his name?
Daredevil.
Daredevil is Mark? No, it's something with an M.
Yeah, M.
M what? Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Yes.
Matt Murdock's in. I'm super excited.
All the Marvel characters have the same letter name and.
Aldo still hasn't watched House of the Dragon at all. I think House of the Dragon's getting real good. We're finally getting to the last handful of episodes. The final 3 episodes, actually. So, like, all that hype in House of the Dragon, it's...
Delivered?
It's finally peaking. Like, it's, like, been a very steady, like, entertaining climb. And we're finally getting up there. There's been a lot of discourse lately about the Rings of Power series and where it's at since it's especially at like the tail end of the series right now.
I watched the premiere, man. I gotta tell you, I liked it.
I barely finished the first 2 episodes yesterday, and I don't like, a lot of the discourse is like, a lot of the single episode reviews are starting to tank. For the most expensive show ever produced, ever, like just spending $1 billion of Jeff Bezos money. It's for me at least, with just the first 2 episodes. So like the tone might completely change, but like it doesn't feel like a regular show that's meant to entertain you and actually draw you in every week. It's more just like, hey, wasn't J.R.R. Tolkien's like world super cool and interesting? Look, it's Eladriel. Look, it's this city. It's that city. Look, it's the dwarves. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Like 86.
It's kind of it's like permanent fan service for like J.R.R. Tolkien fans, like just like showing you things you'd wish you'd always seen on the big screen, which I get. I 1,000% get that. But in 2022, I don't know if that fan base is enough to carry like a whole series.
I mean,
or making a show for that fan base can actually carry a whole series.
I think it is. Yeah. I think it is because just like the Bilbo journey and like the original trilogy, it never felt like something I should know anything about. You know what I'm saying?
Those didn't feel like that at all. Yeah,
Correct.
this one does.
This one does, but also I think as a new audience, I'm pretty sure you'll
think so?
like it. Yeah.
What episode are you on?
I'm on 2. I just finished the premiere.
Oh,
I haven't-
okay.
yeah.
So we're at the same spot.
Yeah,
We're at
yeah,
the same spot.
Yeah, but I thought there were cool episodes.
I think it's very dialogue heavy, but my
yeah.
understanding is the books are like that anyway. So I get that. Okay, whatever.
I haven't seen Andor. I saw like the first half of the first
Dog, I
episode.
cannot believe you haven't seen Andor.
Dude,
That is so weird to
I've
me.
been so busy, dude.
That is so like
and
Andor really like the uncle brother from the bear is in
uncle
there.
brother.
What's his name?
Mickey or whatever. No, not Mickey. What's his name? I can't remember. But
The best friend of the dead older brother in the bear.
yeah.
The one that was
remember.
selling crack behind the
Yes,
shop.
I
Well, he was
can't
selling
remember.
coke. I don't think he was selling.
Yeah.
But like that. Like he's in there and he's really doing Star Wars shit.
It's because Vinay doesn't like Star Wars. So she doesn't want to watch the Star Wars thing.
Has she ever seen Rogue One?
She has, but she's just not into it.
You know what? Me and Karen were watching the most recent episode, and we were geeking about the cast. Like we're going through everybody's IMDb. What's his face? The Mexican guy,
Luna.
Diego Luna. Like once we were going through, like she didn't get that, and I was like, "Look, Aldo brought this up last time. Like go through Diego Luna's IMDb." She's like, "This guy? This is that guy?" And I was like, "Yes, Diego Luna." It like the whole cast has like this like wide swath of like that kind of
IMDb, a
realm,
good
like
IMDb
yeah, like third party IMDb like catalog, and like that's how it feels, and it doesn't feel Star Warsy because like Star Wars is about fucking magical monks in space, right? Like that's Star Wars. Andor is none of that. Like
Gritty.
literally zero of that. But it's literally just like if I got jumped at the sex club, I'm gonna steal that fool's gun and I'm gonna shoot him.
Correct.
Because like it's self defense, right?
Correct. That's
But if
what I
there
saw.
if there's a literal fascist empire, now I'm like permanently on the run for the law, right? That's the plot to Andor, and it's like because like what got Karen really involved in Andor is the only Star Wars movie she's actively like paid attention to from beginning to end, and like remembers and loved was Rogue One,
Rogue One is great.
and Andor is just a prequel to Rogue One. So that's what got Karen involved.
Yeah.
And Karen absolutely loves
you.
no, me too, but like I almost said Mandalore. The Mandalorian. Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Karen loves the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's awesome. I
She
mean,
loves the Mandalorian.
Grogu was to be hyped
It's a
for.
thing. It's a
Yeah.
thing. I can't believe like VNA can't just like fall in love with the Mandalorian because of Grogu.
No, yeah, dude. Like she doesn't dig it. It's like she doesn't dig. She doesn't like medieval stuff. So I have to watch The Lord of the Rings on my own.
Boo.
She doesn't like westerns, so I find myself watching westerns myself. And Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's strange.
She'll fuck up with some action and shit, some sci-fi, but like not Star Wars sci-fi. It's strange.
I stole a
strange.
bone.
Yeah. What else, man? What else we got for this nerd down? I'm excited to just watch a movie this week. And also this week, so I'm gonna have probably more time to edit this episodes and put them out for you guys.
I want to watch Pearl. Pearl is the prequel to A24's X.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last.
And I really, 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 really want to watch
I
it.
haven't seen X.
You should watch X.
Yeah.
I will
You
give
told
you.
me.
I will
You
give
told
you the $3 if you need them.
You told me about it. No, I have my ways to watch.
Oh yeah, one, 2, 3, 4 movies or what?
Nah, that one's out.
That one's out.
I think so. I don't know. It's very shitty now. But you did not hear that here between nerds.
Yeah,
What
we
else?
only watch via official means, which we really do. Like we've talked about that several times.
Yeah,
Like,
last resort would be us trying to stumble upon a link.
honestly, I'm thinking about getting the High Dive subscription. Because I really, really want to watch Call of the Night. Honestly, what I was going to bring up is I've been considering maybe pushing back Cyberpunk Edge Runners back another week because maybe the last week of October should at least be one kind of Halloween themed show. And Call of the Night is about vampires, and it was the second most popular anime of the past season.
And that's the 12th episode?
13.
13 episode? Cool. I'm down. What else have I done? What else did I do? We did say congratulations to Jacob and Nicole last time, right?
Right. We went to a wedding last weekend. That was cool. That was cool.
We talked about Super Mario and Chris Pratt.
The trailer.
It's me, Chris Pratt.
That's mean. It's like mean that Chris Pratt is really like doing this to us, because like, as an actor, right, wouldn't you be serious about like your own craft, or like it, like even if he couldn't do the voice, I get that. Why would he lie to us for months being like, oh yeah, this voice that I'm doing for Mario is going to blow your mind, or like why raise our expectations?
Well,
like
he's scummy like that.
He knew he was fucking up, right? Like, he had to have known he was fucking up. There's no way that, like, this trailer's coming out and he's really like, nah, this is some A-quality shit right here.
And, man, like, I wish, like, the Sonic thing, like
we're going to bully them out of Chris Pratt?
Correct, but it's not going to happen because already white
it's
people
so
are
late
bored.
already.
And it's so late. Yeah, it's so late.
And it sucks because, like, Jack Black sounds great.
Yeah.
Jack Black sounds absolutely excellent as Bowser, which, like, it sounds like they threw a kind like some effects on it or something, because like it's
absolutely some like riveting on the voice or something.
It's a lot lower, lot lower.
Like, no, I'm not gonna go. But you can tell
it sounds good though, and like they put his like facial expressions into it. It sounds great. It looks great. But then like the second like Chris Pratt's Mario's on screen, you're just like, oh motherfucker, like. Like you're like it's just here we go, like just like a slightly New York accent twang.
I boy, but yeah.
Oh my god, like I'm probably gonna watch it.
I'll probably watch it too, but I'll be so sad. You know, it's because that's the thing about fucking movies. Like you get a good hype on the movie. You go watch it, it's shitty, and then, like, the movie critics are like, look how many people watched the movie. It's like, no, dog, we all hated it.
Did you watch the most recent Black Panther trailer?
Yes, I did.
So you think Shuri is officially the new Black Panther then?
Absolutely. I would believe so.
Yeah, it had her markings on her face and all that.
Yeah.
I think in a really stupid way, I think Namor like jump flying looked really good.
Yeah, no, it's
like
cool.
Just in like
it.
that 2-second little bit.
Did you know he lied on his audition about knowing how to swim?
Shut the fuck up.
The actual actor, yeah.
Shut the fuck up. To be Namor, like Marvel Aquaman.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to swim?
That's what I heard. Yeah. Like he doesn't know like
wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I'm most excited about that I've been absolutely geeking since the trailer? I think Ironheart looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Ironheart looks so good. Like I love Iron Man as a character because I like the Iron Man suit. I like the Iron Man power. I like that kind of like just big brain sci-fi blast kind of like thing, right? And I think Ironheart looks great so far.
And to look new, but also look like a Mark 1.
Yeah.
Like, it looks badass.
It looks so
like it's struggling
cool
to, like, go up there, but it's going up there.
Well, near the end of the trailer, it looked like a Mark II kind of suit.
Yeah.
And it looks so good. It looks... That little half-second clip, like, blew my mind.
And we've talked about this, like... I've talked about it here on my podcast, Between Nerds.
Your podcast?
Our podcast, but also my podcast. Your podcast, you know, besides our podcast. But, like, this whole idea of nerds being so mad on Phase 4, which is the first phase of this next thing that we're gonna get. Like, relax, dude. It's not for you.
No one even cared in Phase 1 back in the day.
Exactly. It's like, we're just happy to be here for the ride. And I'm sure, like, in Phase 5 and Phase 6, that's when we're gonna see shit happen and pop off.
Oh, know? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it just makes me angry of how angry nerds get, and like we said, the nerds of each community is fucking crazy. You did want to talk about Chainsaw Man.
I did want to talk about Chainsaw Man. Super excited for Chainsaw Man. I do not want the fan base to be cancer. I think what I want to talk about, because you know they're going to be like, it's going to be a bunch of toxic individuals being like, oh yeah, people like fans of the big three will compare Chainsaw Man to like Chainsaw Man is very unequivocally, it's like what is it like? It's like what's the it's like Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Deadpool, as in it's so meta that it doesn't care about the meta. Like there's a way to be meta that like is highbrow, right?
Like Rick and Morty meta.
But they also make fun of the meta. Have you been watching any Rick and Morty?
No, man.
Shut the fuck up. I thought we were going to bring that up right now, too.
No.
But anyways, like that Deadpool kind of Rick and Morty meta, like you're making fun of it, but it's also a big joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you've dumbed down the meta that's like, you care about the meta. That's weird. Ha 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 ha. Like you've written yourself into a corner because you care about meta. It's like that, kind of. That's how it feels. And I think that's very novel, but Chainsaw Man also has like a lot of shock value. Like it really, I don't know. It's shonen dumb battle scenes, but it's also like the biggest metaphor is also the most obvious metaphor, because it's like, oh, the people were the demons the whole time. Like
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, like you know that going into it. Yeah. Like literally the point of Chainsaw Man is he's a kid, but he turns into a chainsaw demon. Like and at a certain point, like it's making fun of you for like trying to go deeper than that. Because that's never what it wanted to be. It just wanted to be big gore, big explosions, big character designs. It's like Horikoshi's wet dream. Like if Horikoshi gets off on just making new characters and making them bigger and stronger and just big explosions and big punches, that's kind like Chainsaw Man's like the realization of that. And I don't know. Like I guarantee I'll have nothing but things to say every week for the next like 23 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Once it starts coming out, so like I guess we'll hear more then, yeah.
Great winter season, fall season that we're
stupendous.
having.
Yeah. Like I've never
Spy Family, Chainsaw,
Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, Bleach.
The
new Gundam.
The new Gundam
With the first female-led antagonist.
We haven't talked about Gundam at all.
At all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to watch for Gundam anyways.
I think I had saved a TikTok on like what is the best way to watch Gundam.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
okay.
I'll send it to you and see what's up.
Maybe we should review that.
Yeah.
Cuz
it is pre-80s I think anime, correct?
No, it's 90s. The
90s?
first one was like 95.
Oh, okay. And I mean, we've seen those before, but I mean, gotta watch it.
No, absolutely. We need like that real perspective on like the stuff we're talking about, especially because we've talked about things that clearly stole from Gundam. We talked about Darling in the Franxx. We talked about Code Geass. 86, obviously. And I don't know. I think it'll be real good.
Yeah. And as far as that, nerds, I believe that's it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, this has been episode 113. It is Friday. Is that bad luck? It is also
today,
October.
Today's not Friday.
I know. But it's 113th episode on a Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see. But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you later. I'm Aldo Mendez. Drew Elias.
Yeah, this has been Between
Nerdos.